Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. Rehda, the umbrella body for Malaysia's property developers, has called for building industry players to be excluded from paying the levy imposed by HRD Corp. The request came following concerns over HRD Corp, which has been in the spotlight after a slew of issues was flagged by the PAC and the Auditor General, including dodgy disbursements, dubious property deals and risky investments. In a statement, Rehda President Datuk Ho Hon Sang said the association maintains that the levy to HRD Corp is unfavourable to industry players, which are also paying a levy to the Construction Industry Development Board for training and development purposes. In addition, related industry players, including architects, engineers and quantity surveyors, pay annual renewal of registration fees and are subject to compulsory learning under the Continuing Professional Development Programme. Rehda added the HRD Corp levy is one of the many contributing factors to increasing construction costs, adding it is now the most opportune time to reassess this requirement. Separately, HRD Corp has threatened to take legal action against The Edge Communications and one of its writers for alleged defamation over reporting on the findings of the PAC and the Auditor General about the agency. Damages aside, it wants the articles to be removed and an apology to be published in 2 English dailies and The Edge's own website within 48 hours of the date of its letter of demand. The Edge Media Group CEO and publisher Datuk Ho Kay Tat said in response that The Edge stands by its articles and will vigorously defend any suits that HRD Corp may file against it. Maxis is considering buying out U-Mobile, said a Bloomberg report, citing people with knowledge of the matter. According to the report, Maxis has expressed interest in U-Mobile and negotiations are at an early stage. It noted that Putrajaya Corp founder Tan Sri Vincent Tan and Temasek Holdings-backed Singapore Technologies Telemedia are among U-Mobile's major shareholders. However, its sources reportedly said pricing could be a hurdle to a potential buyout, with U-Mobile's owners seeking a valuation of more than 10 billion ringgit. It said there's no guarantee that a deal will be reached. The report also said that Tan has told the news agency that U-Mobile was rejecting the buyout offer. Quoting a message sent to Bloomberg News by the tycoon, it said U-Mobile is planning to file for an initial public offering at the end of this month. Meanwhile, representatives for U-Mobile, Maxis and ST Telemedia reportedly declined to comment. U-Mobile's IPO plans have been on the cards since 2016 and was initially targeted for 2018. Malaysia is set to become Asia's third biggest data center market after Japan and India, according to a press statement by global real estate property technology group Juwaichi Holdings. Juwaichi co-founder and group CEO Kasif Ansari noted the global data center industry is growing quickly this year because of demand from artificial intelligence, machine learning, e-commerce and cloud computing. He said Malaysia is transforming from an also-ran to top contender in data centers so quickly that they call Malaysia a data center powerhouse. He attributed this growth to the country's strategic location, favourable government policies, proximity to Singapore as well as attractively priced land, power and water. Kasif also revealed that in Malaysia, the data centre market development in the pipeline consists of 1.2 gigawatts, which represents 600% growth over the next 5 years. Investors include major cloud service providers such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Nvidia and Google. For Malaysia's data center market outlook, Kasif said with more than 3,000 megawatts of data centers underway or in planning and a pipeline of 1,200 megawatts underway, the market is expected to grow by a factor of 9 from its current capacity. The takeover offer for Malaysia Airports Holdings or MAHB is expected to be finalised in the third quarter of this year. According to a Bernama report, The Ministry of Finance said the offer needs to be approved by at least 90% of the airport's operators' existing shareholders. The ministry also emphasized that since the offer is a commercial transaction, it would not have any financial implications for the government. It said the government will continue to monitor this development and ensure that whatever decisions are reached later are made in accordance with the laws and regulations currently in force. In May, MAHB confirmed it had received a takeover offer from a consortium led by its major shareholder Khazanah Nasional and the EPF in a deal worth over 12 billion ringgit. The other parties in the consortium are New York-based Global Infrastructure Partners and Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. The takeover is aimed at upgrading and modernizing MAHB's operations, enhancing passenger service, improving airline connectivity and stimulating traffic growth. Putrajaya has ruled out reinstating the goods and services tax for now, citing the financial strain on low-income households. Finance Minister Tun Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan told the Dewan Rakyat today that the government is adopting a progressive approach to fiscal reform. He explained that there are no plans to implement the GST yet, as it is a broad-based consumption tax. According to Amir, the government will prioritise improving the existing tax system and introduce taxes that will not affect vulnerable groups before assessing whether there is a need to introduce a new consumption tax. The GST was first implemented in Malaysia on April 1, 2015 at 6%. The tax was suspended on June 1, 2018 and finally abolished and replaced by the sales and service tax on September 1, 2018 by the Pakatan Harapan administration. Currently, the SST stands at 6%, with the rate for selected services increased to 8% since March this year.